people, we moved over to the desk. I'm in the mayor's office, everybody.
Yes.
I'm sitting here with Honorable Mayor Tony Mack. Do you like it when I say Honorable Mayor Tony Mack? How do you want me to address you? Because you're a wonderful person. How do you want me to address you?
Tony Mack is fine.
Tony Mack is fine?
That's fine, yes.
I tell you what.
Thank
Well,
you
I don't want to be disrespectful.
Yes.
Or anything, you know what I'm saying, because you are the mayor.
Yes.
You know, and that is the highest title in this town, in this city of Trenton, you know what I mean? And I just want to thank you for, you know, for doing what you're doing and being an average, everyday person, you know what I mean? Because to me, it lets a lot of people know, a lot of young kids know, you go to Trenton Central High School, you could be sitting in the mayor's seat one day. Anyway, anything is possible.
Yes,
anything is possible.
Yes,
so now, we're going to go on. We have a chart here.
Yes.
And let me see if I can get over here by this chart.
Yes.
You know, because I always wanted to be one of those pointers and, you know, and pointing and stuff. And this is Mayor Tony Mack's administration Trenton budget history for 2011 and 2013. Now, Mayor, can you please help me and give me a breakdown, because I see up, down, red, numbers, million, surplus, like what is going on here? Tell me about this.
Well, what happened, when we first came into office in 2010, the city was facing a $55 million deficit. We had like a budget gap of $55 million. So we had to figure out how to balance that budget such that the taxpayers wouldn't be overburdened with additional taxes and the residents wouldn't lose service. So we had a very delicate balance. So in the first year, we had the budget down $22 million. And that was with strategic cuts, some layoffs. Unfortunately, we had to lay some policemen off. Remember that? We had to lay other department heads off, the people within the departments off, and that brought it down some. And then for the first year that came down, we had to pay unemployment taxes on some of the people that were laid off. We didn't realize the full effect of the layoff. So just say that they were laid off, we still had to pay a certain percentage, you know, for them collecting unemployment and things like that. So then in year 2013 year, we showed the downward arrow going $6.8 million. So we were still making cuts, realizing some of the effects of not having to pay that extra insurance in that second year. So we had that down again. And then where we are today, with the help of our budget officer, Yolanda, Yolanda is incredible. She's been around for a long time. She's the mastermind of budgets. She worked some magic, went to some outstanding bills that we had, collected some additional funds, to the tune of us having a $5 million surplus. And that's where we are right now.
Wow.
So lowering the budget to the point where we have a $5 million surplus. Now all of this is predicated on us receiving money from the state. So we should receive that money. In the event we receive that money, which, you know, in all likelihood we will, the budget deficit for the city would be reversed from a $55 million deficit to a $5 million surplus in 3.5 years. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. And it came with a lot of sacrifice. And when you talk about everyday people and being just an average leader, that's what I am. But I'm not afraid to make extraordinary decisions. So you have to be ordinary and average, but you got to have the will to make extraordinary decisions. And that's what we made in our whole budget process. And I can truly say that right now, financially, the city's in better shape than it was when we got here.
Well,
that's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. Even to make the smallest of a change. You know, and like you said, I know my heart went out to a lot of people, you know, who, you know, may have lost their jobs or anything, you know, anything like that. You know, but sometimes, like you said, some sacrifices have to happen for the good. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, when you laid off, you know, the police, a lot of people got kind of crazy, like, oh my God, you know, crime is going to go up and this and that and that. And if you look at it in another kind of way, it was kind of softly saying, you know, I think that we're big enough and we're grown enough to say we can probably let some of the police officers go and start policing ourselves.
That's right. We
You
got
know
to do
what I
our,
mean?
we got to do our part.
We got to do our part.
That's right.
We really have to do our part, you know what I'm saying? Because my thing is, and as a police officer, my heart and soul, you know, goes out to each and every one of them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I pray that everybody's been able to find gainful employment, you know, find another career or whatever it is. But Trenton, New Jersey, we need to start policing ourselves.
Yes.
We need to do something about this crime.
That's
So let's have a seat again.
Very good.
You know.
And you're right, Yolanda, because one of the things that happened as a result of the layoffs is that we were able to find out how to better utilize our manpower. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So some jobs that were like desk jobs in the past, those jobs became patrol officers.
Okay.
So, you know, we were able to, you know, figure out, hey, how do we best maximize this officer? Is this officer best behind a desk, or is he best out patrolling the streets?
I got you. Understand.
That being said, we were able to do what you just said. After we learned how the process worked, after we saw we were reducing the deficit and coming to a surplus, we were able to bring police officers back. We brought cops back. We brought clerical staff back. We brought some middle managers back. So we're starting to replenish those staffing that we reduced through you know, constructive and appropriate handling of our finances.
Okay, well that sounds real good.
Yes.
Let me just jump real quick because you made me think of something when you said about the police officers. Mental health. There is a lot of people in this city that are struggling through this mental health piece, and they always seem to end up downtown by the pizza place by the bus stop. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it's so tragic that a lot of times, you know, a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but the state hospital will let some of these people go.
Yes.
And they let them go without their medication. And they end up downtown committing a crime and back in, you know what I mean, in jail or something like that. So that is a big strain also on the police department as well, because they have to go and sit downtown half the day and babysit downtown.
Yes, they do. In fact, one of the problems with mental health, actually it started like years ago. I don't know if you remember, I'm not sure who was governor at the time, but they closed a lot of the mental health facilities.
I remember that.
That may have been 12, 15 years ago.
I remember that.
And we're still seeing the effects of it now. Because if you don't get the proper help with mental situations, then you know, you're going to drift off. And a lot of people that we see walking around, particularly over in our soup kitchen, over the rescue mission, Salvation Army, a lot of those individuals have mental health conditions. But to a person that don't know about mental health, they think it's just, oh, they don't want to do nothing. They don't know. There's a mental breakdown with what they're going through. And one of the things we're trying to do through our Health and Human Services Department, who's doing a phenomenal job, is coordinating between the hospitals, Trenton, we call it Trenton Health Team, which is Henry Jarrelson Health City of Trenton, St. Francis, and Capital Health Center. We combined, really combined our efforts, coordinated our efforts to maximize the services so that the City of Trenton Health and Human Services know what Capital Health is doing, so we know how to refer our patients or people with situations to those agencies. And they meet on a regular basis. We were just awarded a grant for, I believe, $6 million. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it was $6 million to help with those services. And one of the additional things we're going to do as it relates to that is open up, we're working on this now, opening up a health center on Hermitage Avenue in that shopping center there.
Definitely.
So that it'll be equivalent to, maybe not as large as Henry Johnson Health Center, but similar. So we'll have one health center there. We'll have one at 5 Points. You know, we have one on, was that Perry Street? So the services will be readily available for the people that are in need.
Wonderful. See, that's what I mean. A lot of all these wonderful things in these programs, a lot of people don't know about,
Yes.
because one, they don't talk about it, you know, they won't print that in the media.
Yes.
You know, and then you're busy taking care of things, so you cannot possibly mention every single thing that is going on. So that's why I think for myself and everybody else that's in the community, we all have to band together and help.
Yes.
You know, help you,
Yes.
help the city be a better city, not tear the city down.
I agree. And I'm like you, I mean, you know, I see people that live in this city that want what's best for Trenton. And I see more of those people than I do of people who don't want what's best for Trenton. But it seems that those who want get less attention than those who don't. And so the emphasis from where you and I sit is, let's find the people who want this city to be a better place. And let's put our heads together so that we can help pull those who are out there a little bit in with us. That's what it has to be about. And until that happens, you'll continue to see the kind of things that we read in the papers every day. But see, venues like this can help change that. Facebook changes that. Social media, if utilized correctly, can be a good tool.
Oh, definitely.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's helped us tremendously because the messages that we want to get out through print media, we're unable to do so. But on Facebook, I could just ask our people to put it on our page, and it's up there, and people at least they know we're working.
Definitely. And people really want to know that. They want to know, you know, where their tax dollars is going or not going, if they're paying taxes or not paying taxes. And like you said, most of the time you hear a lot of negative stuff from people who don't even vote. You know what I mean? And your job is to just get in here and do the job. Make yourself visible as much as you can. You know, and just keep doing what you're doing. So before, you know, I wrap up, I just want to, you know, ask you, what's next?
The next big thing for us is, of course, you know, the nursing facility is coming up at the corner of West State Street and Calhoun. That is a project that I'm very, very excited about for a couple of reasons. One of which is the fact that it's an educational institution. So anytime cities start building educational institutions in their communities, it's a sign that we're onto something. Because education, you can never take that away. You get it, it's instilled, you have it. And you can go anywhere and say, listen, I graduated from the nursing school in Trenton, and this is my certification, and I'm ready for work. So what I'm hoping will happen as a result of us building that nursing school is that it'll have a domino effect. That Rutgers will come put up a campus in downtown. I've worked towards that as well. Rutgers will put up a campus in downtown Trenton. And that, who knows, maybe one day we can have a real university here with real dormitories and all kinds of facilities that make communities vibrant. So I'm working on those two things. The nursing facility, I'm almost certain that that'll happen sometime in 2014. Rutgers University, we've been working on this study for at least 3.5 years that I've been in office. We've been working on it. We have a little group that meets, you know, kind of quarterly, biannually to go over plans for it. We have some grand plans for it. But we're going to need Rutgers, you know, staff and the state to buy into Rutgers campus in Trenton, because Rutgers has a campus in Newark, New Brunswick, Camden, and
why not
one in the capital.
We need one in the capital. We also need some type of nightlife down here, and it's in downtown Trenton. You know, Trenton used to stay open a little later. You know, back in the day. Now it closes down really early, and everybody leaves, and they take their money with them. So we can't seem to thrive as a community when everybody's getting paid, and then they jump in their cars and they're gone.
One of the things we're doing, and we're signing, in fact, I just signed a resolution the other day. The state has put in place a program that allows businesses to invest in the city of Trenton and receive a tax break for 10 years. It's offset by state funding and state support. So we're excited about that program as well. And that's going to help us, market the city and get employers to invest here as well.
All right. Well, I don't want to beat the mayor down because I know you got to get back to work. Would you like to come back on again? Because I would love to be able to interview you again on Everyday People, But today's interview was just something that I really wanted to do, to be able to just be able to allow you to say what's on your mind. It wasn't, to put you under the hotline or anything like that. It was just to be able to give you an opportunity to be able to voice your own opinion about yourself, because basically it's about you, and I think you did a wonderful job. I think you're doing an awesome job in the community. It's still thriving, it's still going. We got our ups and our downs, but I think as a community, the only way we're going to overcome that is we come together, hug each other, love each other, you know what I mean, and be there for each other. You're from the section, you're from Wilbur section, and Wilbur section pretty much hold you down. You know what I mean? And if you were from West Trenton, they will hold you down, no matter where you're from. I noticed about Trenton, no matter where you're from, they stick with you.
They will.
You know what I mean? So you just keep doing what you're doing. Any last minute words you want to say? Did I leave anything out?
No, you covered it all. Just happy holidays, everybody. Enjoy the season, and let's look forward to a prosperous 2014.
All right. Y'all heard it here. I'm your host, Yolanda L. Robinson, and you were just in tune to Everyday People with the Honorable Mayor, Tony Mack, but you can call him Mr. Tony Mack, all right? We will be back with more Everyday People, and I